Hi, we are going to correct the Babel translation services, the buying center exercise. So this exercise is very similar to the one we did in class the other day. So imagine that we have a company, Babel translation services, that needs to contract a company to maintain its computing infrastructure. And this Babel translation services is considering three potential suppliers named Alta, Bit, and Cable. The attributes considered are price, speed, and attendance and service, speed of attendance, sorry, and service. And in the table below, you can see the scores given to each of the suppliers on each of the attributes. So we have here the scores given to each of the suppliers, Alta, Bit, and Cable, on each of the three attributes, price, speed, and service. Also, it's the departments that compose the buying center in the company, Babel Translation Services, has a different influence in the final decision, and also has like different weights for the different attributes. So, for example, general management gives a weight of 5 to price, 3 to speed, and 2 to service. Remember that usually, and in this case also, a higher score in price means a lower price. So the first question is, which supplier is preferred by the translation and edition departments, and also by the general management department? Okay, so for this, we are going to compute for each of the departments the utility of each of the suppliers. So for example, for general management, the utility of Alta would be the product of 9 times 5 plus 6 times 3 plus 5 times 2. Okay, and we could do the same for the rest of the suppliers for the general management department, and the same for the translation and edition, and we would get something like this. So this would be the utilities of the three suppliers, Alta, Bit, and Cable, for the general management, translation, and edition department. So in bold, you have the supplier that will be selected by each of the departments. So the second question is that imagine that the general management department decides to delegate to the other two departments the evaluation of the supplier, giving each an equal influence. Then which supplier will be selected? Okay, so now we have only like these two departments participating in the buying process, and each of them has an equal influence. So the utility for the company would be the average of the utilities for each of the departments for each of the suppliers. So for Alta would be this 0.5 times 61 plus 0.5 times 59, which is 16, and the supplier with the highest utility for the company in this case is Bit with 77.5. And now the third question is, consider now that the company will not consider a supplier unless it has a minimum score of 5 in price. Which of the suppliers will be now selected? Then if price would be equal or higher than 5, we look at here, this column of price here, then Bit, cannot be selected. So we only have to compare of the utilities of Alta and Cable. So using the data of question 2, in which these two departments equally participate in the decision, we have to compare the utility of Alta and the utility of Cable, and the utility of Cable is higher than the utility of Alta, so Cable will be selected in this case. And pay attention that this is a hybrid evaluation rule, because it has first a maximum utility evaluation rule and later a threshold evaluation rule. Bye-bye.